I am so excited to make this video. I went to Southeast Game Exchange, which is like my first real big game convention. I've been to like other conventions like anime and like comic books, but never like just for video games. And what made this one so much more special is the people that were there. But for this video, I want to focus on the pickups. This weekend was so epic that honestly, I'm gonna have to make this a three-parter. I don't like making really long videos, so let's get started with some of my pickups. I bought so much stuff, I don't even know where to begin. If it wasn't for the fact that I was wheeling and dealing throughout this whole process, I wouldn't have bought like a fraction of what I was able to get. But we'll go ahead and get started with some of the first things that I got. There's a lot to cover here, so be patient. I'll go ahead and start with some games. Some simple ones, Ren and Stimpy. I had this growing up, and so I wanted to make sure to add it to the collection. It really wasn't that expensive, and it's a pretty goofy game, so I figured I'd just pick it up. Mario Party 3. I ended up getting this in a partial trade, which I will elaborate in the next video. Kirby Avalanche. I've actually never played this game, and I've had a soft spot for Kirby recently. This one I was able to pick up from Retro Wolf 88's booth. I got it for 10 bucks, they knocked a little bit off. I don't know what made me buy this game because I was really going for the killer, not filler.
Just the filler, just the filler.
But that's the thing.
For this one, I was trying to be very picky about what I got. Because initially when I first showed up, I only had $125. And I promise I'll elaborate it in the next video. But this is a Dungeons & Dragons Heroes game, and apparently it's an amazing 4-player game, so I'm really excited to get into it and maybe do a possible review on it, because if this is a game you can pick up for 10 bucks and it's actually as good as they say it is, I think everyone should be aware of it. This is a game that I've been waiting for the price to go down on, Poke Tournament. I didn't want to spend a terrible amount of money on this, and so I was looking out for games for the Wii U that maybe would drop down in price. I'm honestly surprised they've gone down. I paid $10 for this one. Only because I feel like the Wii U didn't sell that well, and so I don't think that these games are going to be staying in a lower value for very long. So I would definitely keep my eye out for Wii U games. If you're going to start collecting for that system, I would do it now before it's too late. Another one I've been waiting on, Hyrule Warriors, just another $10 pickup, just something I've been kind of sitting on, not something I wanted to play like right now, but you know, wanted to add to my collection. Something I get to re-add into my collection that I had growing up. I don't know what happened to my copy, but Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time with the Master Quest Edition. Looking at this most recent, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if this was the unreleased disc drive version of the Zelda game they were going to release. But I just wanted to add it back to my collection just because I had it as a kid. I do like Ocarina of Time, maybe not as much as others, and honestly, I don't really need to have 3 copies of it, but you know, with the 3DS and the GameCube and the N64, but I just like having games that I had growing up and I like seeing them on my shelf. This is actually one I've wanted to play for a while because I heard it's so good. Mario Golf for the GameCube. I got this in a partial trade as well. I'm really excited to play this because I played Golf Story, and I know this isn't the same thing, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of that game, and I definitely want to do a review one of these days. But Mario Golf for the GameCube, I think, was one of those games that a lot of people could agree on that it was actually a really good game, so I'm excited to play this one. I couldn't leave without some weird VHS. I got Donkey Kong. What is this? The Legend of the Crystal Coconut. I'm gonna have to maybe watch this and do a quick little funny review. The animations in this look hilarious. I mean, the back of this box, you can see the way they did their faces. I'm not sure what they were thinking when they animated this, but I'm sure it's gonna be a goofy one.
Ready for the hippest ape of them all.
Look out, you beauties, here comes Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong Country, Legend of the Crystal Coconut.
I can't believe I gave the crystal coconut to a couple of the bad guys.
All I wanna do is get me booty back, defend my honor with loot and lies.
There's too many of them to hold up, so I'll just show you some B-roll, but I got a bunch of toys. I think it was like buy 6 for $5. I ended up getting the whole bundle for $15. I just like adding knickknacks to my shelves and making the display look better around my room. And if I can do it at not a very expensive cost, I'm gonna pretty much jump on the opportunity. I won't be able to show you right in front of here because they're too big, but I ended up getting 2 blankets from this booth that I did a partial trade with. I got 2 blankets and a Kirby amiibo for a trade of $20 for what I traded in. And I just wanted some cuddly blankets for my game room. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on them. My little dog likes chewing on blankets sometimes, so if he chews on them, then it's a $5 loss. I try to keep him up though, so I keep him safe. The bummer about the Kirby amiibo though is I didn't know I had this already, so it's actually a duplicate. I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet, but I guess I have another one now. I ended up getting some Mario and Bowser like decals. They almost look like they're the ones that might be like the window clings or something, but I ended up getting both of them for $20, which I thought was a good deal. It was on Sunday, so they were probably just trying to get rid of their product, but I thought these would look really cool. Unfortunately, my trick of using command strips to put stuff on my walls doesn't really work on this material, so I have to figure out what I want to do with them. Rock Solid Productions had a booth there, and he makes these cool 3D like display lights. I was really excited to get one for the Nintendo 64 since it seems to be my favorite console to collect for, and I thought it just looked really cool, and in the future I definitely would like to buy more from him. You should definitely check out his YouTube channel and then go to his webpage because he sells things from stands which he actually gifted. So this N64 stand, he saw that I had bought a red N64 controller in the box and he's like, you gotta have this. So he ended up gifting it to me, which I am extremely thankful for. Thank you. I was hesitant to get it, and when I saw it displayed, he was right. These are really cool stands. If you've got some cool controllers you want to put up, these are really cool. So a little bit of the spoiler for the next one, but a boxed N64 controller. I don't know what my fascination with collecting the N64 is. I did play it growing up, but it wasn't a console I got at an early age. But I just love the box art on these. I love the way that it looks. I like the controller. I don't know why everyone always shits on it, but I love collecting for the N64, and I was able to get this in a partial trade, and I couldn't give up the opportunity to add this to my collection. On the last day, I ended up getting this Kirby figure. Like I said, I've had this strange fascination with Kirby recently, and I really wanted to get this figure, and it's actually very big. I was really excited to get it. It's not the deluxe version that plays music and spins around, but for $45, I was pretty happy to pick it up. I ended up getting this Animal Crossing sign that lights up, and I thought that was really cool. I'm a big fan of Animal Crossing. I played it on the GameCube to now. I don't play it a lot anymore, but I do like having cool display items like this in my room. The con kind of taught me that I like looking for the weird stuff that I really can't find in my area. Now, this could have been something that was sold at Target. I have no idea, but I want some cool display items for my game room, in addition to some really cool games. Now, in my last video, I said I was looking for Pokemon Leaf Green, and although I didn't get that, I got another one that I wanted, Pokemon White. I've been wanting to add this back into my collection for a long time. When I was a kid, for some reason I missed the Pearl and Diamond era and skipped to Black and White, and I remember enjoying the games a lot, and DS does not emulate well, and so I was really excited to get this back in my collection. And speaking of the DS, my 3DS, my ribbon cable's a little bit loose. It still works and everything's fine, but I really wanted to add a 2DS XL to my collection. And so I was able to get this bad boy in a part trade, part cash type thing. And I've been looking for one of these for a while, and my guess is because this was at the end of the line of the handhelds from Nintendo, that the 2DS is probably gonna go up in price. So if you're looking for one of these as well, my recommendation is to try to get it now. I ended up doing a partial trade with GameCube Galaxy, and I ended up getting the Metroid Prime Remastered. It is sealed. I'm not a sealed collector. I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up opening this at some point to play it. I do have it for the GameCube, so maybe it will stay sealed, but I'm not a sealed collector. I'm not that person, but this is really cool to have. It looks like the remaster that they did looks really, really good. Something I was really excited to pick up was this box Pokemon Stadium. This thing is insanely clean. I didn't think I'd ever be able to add one of these into my collection, and if it wasn't for all the trades and deals that I made, this would not be here today. I am so happy I got this. This thing is so freaking clean, and the guy gave me a good deal. I'll go ahead and try to play this. It's not a great clip, but I'm glad I have it on video of me getting this. This is kind of a holy grail item for me.
That's pretty clean.
Is, I don't have 180 though. I only have like 140. And it would be like all my money. but I would fucking love to have it.
Did you say yesterday that you needed to stop buying at 64 games?
I didn't say that.
I would never say that.
Are you on drugs?
You should ask each vendor, hey, what's your most expensive game? No, I'll find it for you.
Are you able to make a deal on this?
How much?
I have 142 in my pocket.
I should have 142 in my hand.
Count it out. This is like a holy grail item.
And it is complete.
Okay.
As far as I know, it has the manual, it has the game, you know where I had where you wrap your name, no names in it.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This has been like something I've been eyeballing all day. Well, all weekend. All right. I appreciate it.
All right, have a good one.
That's a clean package. There might not be enough room for the next one, so I'll have to show you some B-roll, but I got some really cool Switch display items. These were really cool. I walked up to the booth and the guy had only 20 bucks on them. He had a Mario Kart 8 one. For some reason, I wasn't really wanting to pull the trigger on that. I really liked the colors of the Paper Mario Origami King one. And then of course, like I said, I have that soft spot for Animal Crossing. And these are going to be part of a future project for my room, so stay tuned for that as well. I almost forgot to mention that I did get some YouTuber swag. Now, I'm going to really get into how much this experience meant to me in the next video. And I'm also going to be touching bases on, you know, how I got all of these things with a really small budget and some trade. So definitely stay tuned for the next one. I'm really excited to make it. And don't forget, there's a pixelated world waiting out there for you.